Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. So this will be my Slam Dunk 2026 roundup. Slam Dunk 2026 was wild, man. I had like the best day. It was a busy ass day. It was hot, which is very rare in the UK. Blistering sun, perfect day for a festival. I saw so many bands. I was running around like a headless chicken half a day because, as you can imagine, the clashes were brutal. So I didn't get to see all the bands I wanted to see because I sort of prioritised other ones. But yeah, for 20th anniversary, man, what a day it was. Like, it's my 8th Slam Dunk, and this is probably my favourite one I've been to. And I've been to some crackers over the years, but this one was just insane, man. Like, so I thought I'd do like kind of a recap for my day because I got to see so many of my favourite bands. I got to see some new ones, obviously some returning ones. Obviously the big headliner, Good Charlotte, I got to see them as well, which was mad. So I thought I'd just do kind of a recap of my day, really. I got me schedule. I gave these out at the festival, which was really handy because it was so hot that my phone was overheating, and I was like, I can't use my phone at the moment. And I was wearing black jeans as well, which was a stupid idea because my phone was just like, nah, I'm not having that. Yeah, I started off with Call Me Amour. So they were the first band I saw, and they were literally on the first act on actually. So it was like 11:40. Got to the festival. I think I got there just about 10:30. So it was a nice time. So the first band I was like, cool. And then I check out Call Me Amour. They were insane. It was their first festival. I've seen them many a times. I've seen them support bands like Against the Current, Mallory Knox, Elliot Minor. So I've seen quite a few times, but it's their first time at a festival, and they crushed it, man. Obviously, frontman's Harry Redford, who some of you OGs might know from Yashin, but yeah, the minute they came on stage, they just brought the crowd, brought the energy. Like, the song sounded so freaking good in that tent. The tent was pretty packed out as well, because it was the first band of the day. That can be a bit of a weird slot, but they just crushed it, man. Like, I stuck around for probably about 20 minutes of the set because I was meeting up with some friends after, but it was a good introduction. They absolutely smashed it. Like, the song just sounded huge in the tent, and it was really cool to see them bring a big crowd, considering they're still like a relatively new band as well. So they absolutely smashed it. Like, great way to start the day. So already I was like, right, we're off to a good start. Then the next band I saw was Dead Pony, who are ones I really look forward to seeing, because I've seen them grow over the last couple of years, and I think this was their first Slam Dunk as well. And from the minute go, when Dead Pony came on, they just, like, the 10 was ram, man. Like, because they recently released their new EP as well, so I think they were like testing the waters with some of the new songs live. But yeah, they smashed it, man. Like, there was a point you couldn't actually get in the tent. Now, for a band that's not been around that long, that's a really good sign. And obviously their EP is absolutely huge, and then they got to play some like Dead Pony classics as well, like Rainbows, Everything Burns as well, which went down a storm, and even some of the new material is really good. And that band is just, yeah, they're really gonna blow up in the next few years. And for their first like Slam Dunk as well, like, you couldn't tell because they just brought the energy, and it was so fun, man. Really cool to see him like bringing that crowd as well. And yeah, it was just a really awesome moment to see them playing their first Slam Dunk, basically. And then after Dead Pony was a band that, when I saw them on this lineup, I was like, I've got to see them because I freaking love this band. So the next band I saw was Madina Lake, and there was a few of my friends that we all went over to see them. It was a very nostalgic, oh my god, this is a surreal set, because yeah, Madina Lake, like, they were so prevalent in the scene back in the day, and obviously they took that hiatus after they released World War 3, and obviously they've been coming back now and again. They did that headliner in the UK last year, and they were one of the bands I couldn't wait to see. And from the minute go, man, they were on. I mean, I really thought Nathan was going to hurt himself at one point because he was like getting in the crowd, he was on the barry, he was crowd surfing. I went, oh man, this guy's really going to hurt himself in a minute. But it was such a nostalgic set. I mean, they played all the songs you would hope they played. I played like Here I Stand, One Last Kiss, House of Cards, like basically all the hits you want to hear from the first album. I think they started on Never Take Us Alive from Axe to Eden, which is one of my favourite Medina Lake songs. Played like True Love, which was absolutely epic to finish on. But yeah, the energy, man, was crazy, and they were one of the sets that I really couldn't wait to see. And it was just, yeah, they were on for half hour. I kind of wish, again, it's another band that I kind of wish they played a bit longer, because they could have easily thrown a couple of like 4 or 5 more songs in there. But it was really special, man, and it was just so therapeutic, and it was just like a feel-good time as well. And Medina Lake have always been a great live band, but they were like really on it, and I think they've been obviously focused on these Slam Dunk shows and really putting the effort in, and obviously done their rehearsals and stuff. And it was just such an amazing set, man. And yeah, just to see them live again, and the harmonies between all 3 of them, like Matteo was also on guitar, Matthew on bass was just smashing it as always. And yeah, the harmonies between the three of them was really cool, and it was just, yeah, you couldn't have asked for a better set in the afternoon, man. It was so cool, and yeah, just to hear those Madina Lake songs again, sort of like some 20 years after they first came out, it was a real trip down memory lane in the best possible way. But yeah, they were one of the standout bands of the day, and up to that point, I think they'd probably been my favourite band of the day, just because it was like the connection, the music, how long I've been a fan of them. Yeah, I've seen Madina Lake probably like, I don't know, it's probably like 5 or 6 times I've seen them now. So yeah, say we all had a good sing-along is an understatement, but it was such a cool moment, man. And it was getting me hyped for the rest of the day, because I was like, right, this is sick. I'm already loving this day. And yeah, Madina Lake back in the UK, it felt right in the world, and it was a real awesome moment. Next band I saw was Broadside. I really look forward to seeing, because I cannot remember the last time I saw Broadside, or even when I was in the UK last, but it's been a minute. It's really been a minute since I've seen them, and they were the bands I wanted to see. They played a set of bangers, man. Like, they played some throwbacks, they played a couple of new songs. Got Here Blissed Out, which is like one of my favourites from the new album. And yeah, Oliver on vocals was just insane. The 10 was fucking brand, because it was at this point that this was about just 1:30. So this was about 1:25 when they were on. They were on, played a half-hour set. But yeah, the 10 was fucking brand. It was like packed out. And it was really cool to see, because it's been a hot minute since they've been in the UK, and yeah, to see him play a killer set, like, energy was high octane, like, it was just pop punk energy. The song just sounded really huge live, and it was such a cool set as well, because to see them getting that kind of reception as well, when, like, the thing is, the Broadside is they don't class themselves like a headliner band, because I was listening to a podcast about it, and that's how they view themselves. So obviously they've done well on support and stuff, but I think after that at Slam Dunk, I think they're going to start getting to the point where they'll start be taken more seriously as a headliner band, and their set was like, I couldn't afford it, man. I had the best time. They played some old school Broadside songs I've not heard live in a long time as well, so it was really sick, and I was a sweaty mess at this point. I was like dying, but I was having the best time, and yeah, they were a real highlight seeing them, so I'm really glad I got to catch their set. Then I had a bit of a breather, for quite a few hours actually, which was quite nice, because in the heat I was like, oh, I'm dying, so hot. So I had a few hours off, I got some food. They were going to have free Monster, which for any emo alternatives is like a godsend. So yeah, stocked up on some free Monster, which was really nice. Sat in shade for a few hours. I did check out some bands on the heavier stages as well. But the next band I saw was Saosin. Now, 2026 marks the 20th anniversary of their first album, so this kind of part of this like 20th anniversary run they're doing, and obviously Cove's back in the band as well. And what a set! It was nostalgic, it was throwbacky, but it was so cool to see him come back to the UK, because I think it's been a while since they've been back. I think they were here maybe a year or two ago doing a support. I can't remember who it was they were supporting, but yeah, from the minute go, you were like, oh, these guys are back, like, because they were one of the original post-hardcore bands back in the day. Like, they were so influential. Like, that first album just has a really special place for me, because when I was getting into heavy music at the time, that was one of the first albums that I checked out, and it was just a set of hits, man. Like, they played Voices, which is one of my favourites. They played a new song, Starting Over Again, which went down a real treat. And just the musicianship of Saosin, man, like, obviously, because this is kind of like the 4.0 version of the band, technically. But yeah, that final cylinders, it was a great set. I got to watch about half of it, because then I had to dip out. But they were one of the bands I wanted to see, just because it's nostalgia. They were one of the OGs back in the day, and yeah, they were just flawless, man. They were so good, and I hope they actually bring the 20th anniversary tour like back to the UK and like Europe as well, because I know they're doing like an American run. But yeah, it was like they never took any time off. They were just so good. It was like a well-oiled, tight-knit machine, and the song just sounded epic. The vocals and harmonies were insane, by the way. I was like, you can tell obviously they've obviously doing a lot of practice building up to obviously this Slam Dunk sets as well. But yeah, they were so good, mate. It was so good seeing them back, and I was like, yeah, that was a real highlight for me during Slam Dunk. So the next band I saw was Stan Atlantic. Obviously, I love Stat. They are one of my favourites, and there's a few bands that are way up on my list, but Stat was way up there. And from the minute they came on, it was just a pop punk party, man. They were just like firing all cylinders. They played such a great set. Obviously, classic Stan Atlantic bangers they play. They played Criminals, which is one of my favourites from their last album. The one song that I think was my favourite set was the new song Velcro, because that's a phenomenal song. It's such a pop punk masterpiece in my opinion, and it went off live, like, because I don't think they were going to play it live, and when they played it, it was one of those perfect summer day moments. And obviously where they were playing on the Monster stage, it was like quite there was no shade basically, it was like the height of the sun, but I didn't care. It was such a good time, and yeah, Velcro just sounded so good live. It's probably my favourite song of the set as well. And obviously it's only the second time I've seen Stand Atlantic, but man, they were having a blast. The crowd was really, really cool. It was quite a cool crowd because it was kind of a mix of ages. There's people my age, people a bit older, and then there's obviously the new generation that were checking them out. But Bonnie was just insane on her vocals. Like, she done some screaming live, which was sick, and the whole band just crushed it. And that was one of my favourites of the day, just because I've been looking forward to seeing it, because it's been a few years. And yeah, just hearing like some old Stat songs, like hearing Velcro was a real treat. So I was like, right, this is cool. And yeah, the set went too quick, man. I had such a good time, but they went like that. But I found the bands that I really enjoyed, and they just went so quick. But that was one of the other full sets I saw that day. Then a bit of a breather, and then the next band I saw was easily my band of the day, which is insane to say because obviously Good Sharp's the headliner, but the band I've been looking forward to most was obviously Tonight Alive. Now, anyone knows I am a massive Tonight Alive fan. They are one of my favourite bands. Obviously, I was at their final tour in 2018 on the Underworld cycle, so it's been 8 years since they've been in the UK, and to say the anticipation was high for them would be an understatement. So when I got my spot, I was quite close to the barrier, so I had a really good view. And from the minute they came on, man, it was like they never left. They started on the edge, obviously from the Amazing Spider-Man 2 soundtrack, which I didn't think would be an opener for them. But yeah, they played it, and I was like, oh man, just hearing those songs live again. The one that did it for me was The Ocean. When that riff started and they played The Ocean, I did get a little, I can't lie, I got a bit emotional. I don't know what it was. It was hearing those songs again and seeing them live, like 8 years, obviously, since they've in the UK last. I just got a bit overwhelmed, and I don't know what it was. It was just like, because the band means so much to me, and their music's really helped me over like the past sort of 10-15 years. Yeah, I just came very overcome with emotion, but it was exactly what I needed, because I had a feeling that this was going to be a really cool set. Obviously, it was a 45-minute set, which it was just full of bangers. They were so good. Jenna's vocals was insane. Like, you forget how much of an amazing frontwoman she is, and just to see them all back together as the Tonight Live unit, it was so good. Like, Jake and Cameron were tearing up on guitar and bass, and Matty on drums was just a beast on his throne back there. And yeah, they played so many cool songs. I mean, they played so many of my favourite Tonight Lives. They even played the freaking Little Lion Man cover they did from Pop Goes Punk, which came out, yeah, that was quite a few years that came back. And then Jenna got into the middle of like a circle pit. It was so cool, man. And it was just like, yeah, it was so healing. It was easily my set of the day, and it was the one I'm looking forward to the most. And I got to watch the whole set, and yeah, just hearing those songs again, seeing Tonight Live back, it felt right. And yeah, I had a mix of emotions. It was like so grateful that they were back and I got to see him again. And yeah, I was just like really grateful I got to see him, like appreciating the music, enjoying the band for the legacy they have. And yeah, it was everything I hoped it'd be and more. It was really, really amazing set, and I was just buzzing off that. The thing is with Tonight Live, it went too bloody quick. But what was cool is that they got Harmony from South Arcade to come out on Lonely Girl, which was cool. And then they brought Bonnie out from Stand Atlantic on Disappear. So in terms of features, it was a freaking cool moment. I don't know if they did it in the northern date, but obviously they did it in the south. And yeah, it was really cool just to see that obviously all those women that are complete badasses in their own right, just tearing it up on, obviously hopping on Tonight Live songs. It was really cool. And obviously there's the Australian connection with Stand Atlantic and Tonight Live. But obviously Jenna's become quite good friends with like Harmony and South Arcade as well, so it's really cool to have these different eras of bands like representing themselves on the Tonight Live set. And it was such a cool moment, man. Like, just, yeah, I couldn't fault their set. I kind of wish they had like a full hour, I'm gonna be honest, like, because 45 minutes, obviously that was longer set than most. I just thought they would have benefited having a full hour to get a few extra songs in, because there's some that would have really gone down the storm. But grateful for what we got. It was absolutely freaking amazing. And yeah, that was easily my band of the day, which is crazy, but did not let me down, and I was so gassed of it. Then for Tonight Live, I went to see Vukovi, which, as you can imagine, if anyone likes Vukovi, I'm a massive fan of those guys. It was chaos. It was basically 45 minutes of chaos, which was insane. Like, from the minute go, it was just, the tent was rammed. They absolutely smashed it. Just seeing Janine and Hamish again was really cool. And again, it was another set of bangers. I think the one song, obviously, they finished on La Di Da, and every single time I've seen them play that live, it just turns into absolute chaos in the best way. Like, Janine got in the crowd, she was crowd surfing, and then, like, the crowd was just wild. And yeah, they're one of my favourites as well, and it kind of makes up for me not seeing them on tour early in the year. But they were another band that I was really stoked to see, just because I haven't been able to see them on this second part of the My God's Got a Gun run they're doing. And I think I didn't get to see him in 2023, slam dunk, because obviously the traffic situation was terrible. But yeah, getting to see him for 45-50 minutes of chaos was so awesome, and it was just a really great way to set up the rest of the evening. From Vukovi, I stayed in the same tent, because next band up was Havana, who were celebrating, obviously this is the 15th anniversary this year of Fools and Worthless Lies, so it was a sort of set orientated around that. I didn't get to see the full set because I had to go get a drink, because I was feeling a bit lightheaded. I was like, I've got to get a drink and I've got to get some airbase before Good Charlotte. So I think I've watched about 30 minutes of the set. What I did find out, and I'm absolutely jealous with envy, is that they played Friends Like These and they got Sean Smith from the Blackout to come out, and I'm absolutely gutted I missed that live, because they talked about it, because James was on their podcast, I think it was like last year when the new album came out, and that he talked about him being open to playing it. I don't think anyone expected it, but from what I've seen the videos online, it went off, and like the energy looks so cool. To see obviously Sean from the Blackout doing the screaming parts of Death Havana was so amazing. I'm really sad I missed it. If I'd have waited, I could have seen it live in the flesh. But they announced obviously this 15th anniversary tour of Fools and Worthless Lies. I'm hoping they're going to do it on tour, and it makes up for me missing it. But if anyone saw that, that was such a cool moment. And yeah, from what I heard of Death Havana saw him, like, they sounded so good. James has never sounded better live, and obviously he's doing well with his sobriety now, so it's affecting his performance, and well, he's never sounded better. And yeah, from what I saw of Death Havana, they were so cool, and it was well worthy of them to headline that Key Club stage as well, because it's been a long time coming. But yeah, man, they absolutely smashed it, and to see him still going strong after all these years as well was really cool. So yeah, they were, from what I saw them, they were really great. And then from Death Havana, it was headliner time. So yeah, I left Death Havana a bit early, 25-30 minutes I saw him, got me drinks, caught with some friends, and then I got my spot for Good Charlotte. Obviously it's been 7 years since Good Charlotte been in the UK, because I was at their last tour they did. So to say I was really, to say my anticipation was high to see him would be an understatement. I mean, the minute they came, they started on the river. I mean, what a freaking way to start their headline at Slam Dunk for 20th anniversary. So they started on the river, which is one of my favourite GC songs. It reset the tone for the whole headliner set. It was basically a set of hits. It was pretty much, if you have a favourite Good Charlotte song, it was in that set. I mean, they play things like Little Things, they play Motivation Proclamation, the first album, which I did not expect at all. Keep Your Hands Off My Girl, obviously. They played Girls and Boys, the anthem, Hold On, Young and the Hopeless, Lifestyles Rich and Famous, Chronicles of Life and Death, I Just Want to Live, Predict, you name it, they played it. Like, there were so many bangers in that set, and it was so cool seeing back in the UK, and they had really good crowd participation as well. And obviously Joel and Benji was talking like they're grateful that they can still come back to the UK, still do what they love as well, and they were kind of really complimentary of the UK scene as well, because there's been so many great bands that come out of the UK scene, and obviously they know the history of the UK when it comes to the music scene. And I think they were just really grateful that they've still got fans after all these years, because obviously Good Charlotte have been on that weird hiatus period, and to have them as headlines for the 20th anniversary was so worthy. And I couldn't have thought it, man. It was such an amazing set, and I think it was on for like hour and a half, maybe hour and 40 minutes. But yeah, just hear my voice had gone at this point. Like, it was totally shot, by the way, because I've been singing to so many bands or songs throughout the day. Obviously, I've been drinking to try and keep me throat all good. But yeah, probably about halfway through, my voice was gone, because every Good Charlotte song I was singing like my little heart out, because they were the first band I saw back in 2003, 2004. Lifelong GC fans. This was my 12th time seeing Good Charlotte, and it was exactly what I hoped it'd be, Amour. And yeah, the fact they played all those songs, man, it was literally, you couldn't really complain about their headliner set, because they played all of the bangers some of the deep cuts, some old school stuff that you really didn't expect them to play. And it was a good variety. I think the only albums they didn't really play anything from was probably Cardiology, Youth Authority, and Generation RX. I think they were the only ones they didn't really play anything from. They played like a couple of new songs from Motel the Cap, a lot of stuff from Young and the Hopeless, quite a few tracks from Croc's Life and Death, and obviously the 2 from the first album. So it was just awesome, man. I couldn't fault it. Like, it was a perfect way to round off Slam Dunk, and it was everything I hoped it would be and more, and it was the perfect way to celebrate 20 years of this festival. It was such a wild day, man. Honestly, it went by in such a blur, because with a one-day festival, you're constantly running around from set to set trying to see as many bands as you can. I mean, I wanted to see President, but I didn't want to lose my spot for Tonight Alive. I wanted to see Buried Tomorrow, which didn't happen. Take Back Sunday, I would like to have seen for their 20th anniversary Loud and Now set. So you do have to kind of pick your battles a little bit. I mean, there's some people that actually go from like stage to stage, but I think there was just certain bands I had to prioritise. It was a hell of a day, and it was just awesome. What was kind of cool this year, they split 2 of the stages. So you had like what was called the second stage East, which was like the heavy stage. That had 2 stages, and then the monster stage had 2 stages, because basically the idea was to try and always have a band plan, and I think there was like a 5-10 minute gap either side while they got bands ready. So you'd be watching one band, so say, you know, I was watching like Tonight Alive, for example. They finish at 7:05, and then at sort of 7:10, you'd have the band on the second stage. I think it was a way to try and get more bands in, because I think there was like 50 bands on the lineup. So I don't know if it's something they're going to continue to do, but it was a way to get more bands on, so there's always someone playing. But obviously it makes it really hard to pick and choose who you want to see. So it's a bit like, okay, that's insane. But I think it was a good choice for this 20th anniversary to sort of have these stages split into 2. So there were 6 stages in total, so there's always something going on. And this year had a good mix of everything for everyone, which is really cool. So whether you like heavy stuff, the pop punk stuff, or just, you know, into like the emo sort of bands that were there, there's something for everyone. And it was obviously, people complained it wasn't a great lineup. Again, it's personal preference. It's not going to be for everyone, but for someone like me that grew up in that scene, and I'm still embedded in the scene, it was perfect for me, and couldn't fault the lineup at all. It was just so good. It was just hard to really pick and choose, because there's so many bands there, and would like to sing some, but I really just like, I want to see my absolute favourites on this year, and they're all amazing. Tired as hell. Like, it's taking me a good few days to recover. I mean, obviously, the time filming this is exactly a week today since Slam Dunk, so it's mad. It's been a week already. But yeah, I was exhausted, because then the Monday I saw Tonight Alive in London, so it's taking me a good few days to feel kind of semi-human sort of thing. But yeah, it was an insane day, man. It went by in the blink of an eye. Had the best time, and yeah, it's easily one of my favourite Slam Dunks. So that's basically my Slam Dunk 2026 for 20th anniversary. What an insane day. Had the best time, man, and yeah, I can't believe it's over. I've got the festival blues pretty bad, so I'm doing videos like this to try and relive the moment sort of thing, and enjoy obviously the memories I have from the festival. But so that's Slam Dunk 2026 done. That's all ticked off. 20th anniversary is now in the past, which is mad to say. So it'll be interesting to see what they do for the 21st year next year, who the headliner is going to be. But yeah, what a day, man. Absolutely insane, and I couldn't fault it. So yeah, thanks for watching the video, guys. Hope you enjoyed it as always. If you did, don't forget to like and subscribe down below. Stay tuned for more videos, and yeah, I'll see you on my next one. Tell you guys, take care, and I'll see you on the next one.